Hey, good afternoon, YouTubers. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's Saturday, about a little after 2 p.m. Uh, I posted a new profile picture on my Facebook page and on my YouTube. Uh, Whatever they call that, profile picture, profile photo, whatever. So, anyways, I had my hair colored and cut on Thursday. And like I said in my previous video, someone was recommended to me from a friend at the Park Place Lounge. And anyways, I'm very happy with the results. The price was a little bit higher than what was quoted, but I was planning on giving a good tip anyway, and so really it only cost about $15 more. But I think that the quality of the color job is definitely worth 15 more dollars. Okay, so anyways, I'm real happy with that. Another thing I'd like to report is I kind of spent some time on my channel. And if you go on my YouTube channel and you click on my About, I rearranged and changed the wording for the description of my channel. And I kind of updated the language in there to be maybe a little more definitive and maybe a little less definitive. Anyways, I mean, the main thrust of my channel hasn't changed. I like to encourage people and be supportive. And anyway, so that's enough there. So if you want to check that out, that's great. Okay, so and I've been considering reviewing all my previous videos. I've been posting videos for a year and a half, and I've never edited or deleted or taken any videos down. So I'm up to 180 videos, and that's quite a bit. And the way I looked when I started making videos, the way I talked, um, the I was much different a year and a half ago. I went back and I watched some of the videos I made, and boy, I was pretty rusty. I was a rookie back then. I really never made a video until like in December or January 2013, we'll say. So I was a little rough around the edges back then, and back then my philosophy was, well, you don't want to say too much because I really considered my privacy a very high, with high value, and I still do that. But I've been more open about things, and so I basically on my about page it says that I've been seeing a psychological gender counselor. It'll be a year in September, and basically I made my first appointment a year ago in July, and I had to wait 2 months for my first appointment. But I made good progress. It was a lot slower than I thought, but when you go into this, you really don't know how long it's going to take. You have no idea what the therapist is going to ask you, and you really can't go by other people's timelines because everybody's different. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm getting some fluid in my upper bronchial area. Anyway, sorry about that. So, anyways, so I kind of like basically said, I've been kind of like in transition for a year, and I really didn't start taking any hormones till like 3 months ago. Actually, I haven't even taken any feminizing hormones, unless you can call T blockers that, because they just increased the dose on a diuretic medicine I've been taking for many years. And so I've had some minimal changes. I've noticed my hair seems to be growing a little faster on my forearms. I don't know why I'm having this coughing fit, but anyways. So I just had some rice, so maybe that's it. Maybe I'm getting some blowback out of my stomach. I don't know. But anyways, what was I just going to say? Okay, so yeah, I've been to the endocrinologist. I started seeing him I think my first appointment was in April, something like that. And what they did was he gave, I couldn't see him for 5 more weeks. So what they did was, like, I don't know, I had to wait a month to get my first baseline blood test results. They check your potassium, and they check your hormone levels and your pituitary gland and your head levels and everything. And then the doctor looks at all the numbers, and he comes out, he makes a decision about what he's going to do. So back 3 months ago, he upped my spironolactone from 25 to 100 milligrams per day. And I really didn't feel any different. After a couple of days, my body must have adjusted to it. I have no idea. But the second blood test I took a month later was just to check the potassium and my blood sugar and a few other things, but they didn't check all them hormones. So basically, in 2 weeks, I'm going back to the lab, and they're going to take more blood tests, and then the doctor's going to see the results. Okay, so after the second round of blood tests, he upped my spironolactone dose to 200 milligrams a day, and it took me about a month to ramp up to 200, because I went up to 150 first. And I just wanted to do things slowly, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And so anyway, so it seems like I adjusted to it. I think when I first went up from 150 to 200, I felt much more tired and run down every day. And so I don't know, I haven't been eating as much, and because I'm trying to lose weight. So I don't know if that was a factor, but a combination of different factors. I felt tired and weak, and my energy level went down. So I've kicked up my vitamin D supplement, and taken a couple of other supplements, hopefully. And so when I go in and get my blood checked in 2 weeks, they're basically going to be checking that potassium to make sure that my potassium levels are in the normal band. Because if you get too much potassium in your system, it can have detrimental health effects. So I don't want that to happen. So, but I think I was a little more comfortable looking back on it over the last month, that I think 150 milligrams a day seemed to be working. But we'll see, okay? Because once they take all the other tests and see what the spironolactone's been doing to my hormone levels over the last 3 months, well, then the doctor will have a much better idea of what's going on. So anyway, that's about where I'm at, and haven't gone in the pool much. because I got my hair dyed, I'm waiting for a couple days before I go in the water because I don't want the chlorine in the pool to start, bleaching my hair out. So, but the water's been looking kind of greenish over there, so you kind of wonder, I plus the water's really warm too. I like to go to the pool when the water's cool. So on a hot day when you go in the pool, you get refreshed. It feels colder. Down here, it's like stepping into a 80, 90-degree bath. I mean, there's hardly any difference between the air and the pool water temperature. And, I don't care for that. Okay, so. I mean, I don't like the frigid 55, 60-degree ocean water up in New England where I'm from either. But, a nice happy medium would be nice. I mean, the water's just too hot. So. Oh, another thing, all the kids are going back to school in 2 weeks. Yay! And then hopefully the pool temperature water will go down even more into September, and then maybe Fran-Sez will be the only one going in the pool because the water's too cold. Yay! Get that filter cleaning up the pool so it's like sparkling clean. So, anyways, I like the cleaner the water is, the better, and the colder, the better. I mean, as long as it stays maybe above 75 or 80 degrees, I don't know. I mean, but I like when I step in the water, I like to get a cold water reaction. Perky! But anyways, and also it's refreshing. The colder water, it gets your heart pumping, to circulate the blood more, and that's really why I'm going in the pool, to exercise, kick my legs, swim around. And that cold water gets my heart, pumping the blood, and it burns some calories because your body has to maintain your body temperature, core temperature, while you're in the pool. So I found that if I are in the pool for an hour, I start feeling really cold, and I have to get out because you get like what hypothermia or something like that, whatever they call it. So, anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. Okay, so I went and saw a movie yesterday, and I think I mentioned this. I went and saw this new Hercules movie. And it was, it was like, what a Hercules movie is going to be, right? It's going to be like a lot of fighting and battles. And, there really wasn't too much fighting against creatures. It just showed a brief amount of that at the beginning. And, anyways, it was an interesting plot. Okay, it was very different kind of movie. But there was, if you like violence, there was an awful lot of people dying in this movie. There was like several battles, and the special effects and everything was kind of neat. But I'm not really into that. But the plot was different, and it was very interesting. About the plot, and I'm not going to talk about that. But there was a lot of, gave you a lot of food for thought, about the way things are going in the world today. I could see a few parallels, and anyways, that's about all I'm going to say about that. And then afterwards, I walked across the street. If I went across the mall parking lot, and there's a Chick-fil-A there. And I kind of like their chicken sandwiches of all the other places. But I would have went in there and got a sandwich for lunch. But when I got across the street, after there was so many cars going by, I had to wait till like the cars stopped crossing. There was a median in between the lanes going east and the lanes going west. And so when I got across the street, I looked. And here comes the bus, you know. I mean, it was coming around the mall. Actually, the bus was about 10 minutes late, and I thought it had already gone by. So I was like, gee, you know. So I wasn't really for sure that I was going to go to Chick-fil-A, but there's a bench right on the street. You got to come out of the restaurant and climb a hill and sit on the bench. So I says, well, okay, that's it. I'm gonna just take the bus. So I didn't go in Chick-fil-A. Some people are gonna go, yay! But I like their sandwiches, okay? So I mean, what are you gonna do? Crucify me? You know? So what I did was, this is in Orange Park at the mall, and so I took the bus all the way downtown and got off at the Jacksonville. What do they call that place? It's right, Landing. It's this big, huge orange roof building, several stories high. And anyways, right in the middle of it, there's like a waterfall and a court. Yeah, well, right next on one side, there's a Hooters in there. So, you know, I decided that I wanted to have a Baja burger, and it's really good meat in there. And the Baja burger has like a guacamole with some red peppers in it, like sauce. And oh, it is so delicious. And I like the curly fries they have. So I had that. And I resisted the urge to have a glass of wine or beer. I had this, what was blackberry flavored iced tea. And I just had 2 glasses of that. So anyways, when I got the bill, it was about 12 something. So I gave them a cash tip. So that was great, you know. And then I just went out to the street, and I had to walk a few blocks to get at the bus stop, and I took the bus home. Okay, so. And it didn't rain yesterday. I thought I was going to, you know, that's one of the reasons why I decided to go too, because if the clouds were really bad and it looked like it was going to rain hard, I wouldn't even have gone um, to downtown Jacksonville. But when you get downtown, there's a lot of roofs and places where you can walk that you're protected from any rain from falling. And they have these bus stops with like a bench and there's like a roof over it. So, you know. So I didn't get wet. It didn't rain at all yesterday, you know. So it hasn't really rained since Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. So, you know, we had a lot of rain and thunder showers last week, over a week ago, but then it kind of dried out on Wednesday, and the humidity went down. So, anyways, Francis doesn't have a car, so every time I go out, it's like half an hour wait at the bus stop. So it's nice if you get out there early in the morning while you're sitting in the shade before it gets hot. I mean, it's 80 degrees when you go out there, but still, I mean, at least it's under 90, right? And then, but once you get the bus out of here, everywhere, the buses are air conditioned, where you go is air conditioned, and unless you got to sit and wait for a bus somewhere else, you know, you're pretty much in a cool area. And there's no place I go that you have to walk more than like a quarter mile from the bus stop to get to a restaurant or wherever I'm going, or a supermarket. Okay, well, hey, I think I've talked your ear off here. Wow, 19 minutes. Anyways, I'm going to break off here, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. And if you don't know, over there in that corner, that black thing, that's my vacuum cleaner. And then the blue thing behind me, that's a cart with a blue liner, and I push that down to the laundry room to do my laundry. Okay, so anyways, I'm wearing a red striped t-shirt today. In fact, if I go in the pool, this is what I'm going to wear. So, you know, that tankini top is okay, but it has like an inner part it's very thick and it really makes you feel hot. So I think I'd rather wear a t-shirt sometimes because the fabric is thin and it isn't. So when you get out of the pool, it air dries and it cools you. And whatever. So I might go in the pool later today because it's been over 2 days since I had my hair done. So it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, love everybody. 20 minutes, gotta go.